saying hello and welcome to Think It. So this is part of the Entrepreneurship and Enterprise program here at GBS, which is designed to help you start and grow your own businesses. And today we'll be having a workshop all about effective strategies to boost your sales and marketing. And this is going to be by Bipasha. She's a lecturer here at GBS. And just a little bit about her, actually. Bipasha is a lecturer at BSU, so that's Bath Spa University Partnership, level 6. She lectures in business and management. She's also been an entrepreneur for more than 35 years and at various companies. So, so she's also self-made, which is great. And she's a coach and a mentor. She's been a mentor to small businesses, and she's also part of the Virgin Group. So now I'm going to share the video that she recorded earlier today, and then we'll do the questions at the end.
Hello, everyone. So you are here, all are future entrepreneurs, or maybe already have a business. Congratulations for being an entrepreneur, or even if you are thinking of starting a business soon. So today, as a part of the business, as you know, business actually, obviously, in my previous lecture, previous workshop, I've said, what is the difference between entrepreneur and a business owner? So I'm not going to get into that anymore. What I'm going to do is that today, let us discuss some kind of effective strategies so you can boost your sales and marketing. So first of all, we have to, when we think about business, or even in the future, opening a business or being an entrepreneur, the one thing you need to be is that you must be very passionate about what you do. That is what Steve Jobs, who used to be Apple CEO, always, it is his one piece advice, which he always used to abide by. He was a very passionate, and he advised every entrepreneur to be passionate. So I'm sure you are all very passionate. Now, what I'm going to discuss today first, what is a strategy? Now, strategy, there are a lot of theories. So let us not get into the theories about strategy, but in short, if we say that strategy is a very simple process where you can just visualize your bigger pictures, and that means you have got a vision and you are planning to achieve that vision, maybe within certain period of time, maybe within 6 months, 1 year, 3 months, 5 years. So here I have to say the strategy and planning is not same. Planning is a part of the strategy. We are not going to get into more details today because we have got different topics to address. So in terms of strategy, the person you should always look up is Michael Porter. And I'm sure many of you know him. And he was the, we can say, father of strategy. Now, in short, in a nutshell, I will explain what is actually Michael Porter's what did he say about 5 competitive forces about the strategy. So, in a business, when you start, you have got your competitors, your customers, your suppliers, and also, you have got new entrants. And, apart from the suppliers, customers, and also that new entrants, you have got your main competitors. Now, what they can do, they can, like the competitors, so customers are not you have to have a competitors. When you are starting a business, unless it is a monopoly, you are having maybe a larger companies or smaller companies or many larger companies, including small, medium, and startup, who are offering the same products and services, and they have customers, and you are going to create a customers. Or if you already have that business, you're already having many customers, but customers are not loyal, they shift. Now you create a strategy where you can retain the customers, because the customers have got like their buying power, and they will apply that when it comes to choosing a kind of strategy, buy kind of product or services they are buying for. Suppliers, they have got the bargaining power as well, because if that supply, whatever you are getting the supply, I don't know what kind of products, if you are doing this, so what kind of products you are going to sell. If it is kind of you are selling something which is having a huge kind of demand, or maybe a lot of big companies are already manufacturing or offering that product, then you will have suppliers who will also have got bargaining power, because they will like to give more kind of facilities or price strategy to the big players rather than yours. And also, like when a new entrants come into a market, what happens is that then they can offer more values to the product. So also they can offer the substitutes or can use alternative products. So you have got all this competition to face, and then you have to really plan a strategy which can work for you. Now, how do you plan a strategy? Strategy, as I said, planning and strategy is not same. Strategy is the bigger picture. Planning is the step-by-step activities you do to implement your strategy or to achieve that goal. Now, how you can create a successful business strategy? So you can create a product or service which is unique. That means maybe there are very few companies manufacturing that, or maybe there are no companies. Maybe you just came out with a very innovative products or services. Now, that is one thing. So you have to actually add value to your product. So in the existing product, in the market scenario, all the products, mostly they will have some values. So if you are offering that additional values, that is a part of your strategy. Now that values you should not create only for the customer, that values you should create for customers, your suppliers, and your employees. Why employees? Because employee also should get motivated, and they also should believe in that values. If you want to, like employees and employer together, they can make a business successful. So these three key people, like key, kind of segments, customers, suppliers, and employees, are the key components of your business, to whom you have to offer a product or services which is actually more value, that is more kind of, I say more, not more, it is having some values which may not be already offered, which might not be already offered by some of the companies, or it could be totally another very unique value product. Now, customers should be willing to buy your product. What does it mean? Means that customers that means they should like your product, they should trust in you, and also the pricing should be good, competitive for them to buy your product. So that is a very important thing for the customers to willing to buy your product. Now, what also you can do is that you need to also develop a competitive edge, which we already discussed. Competitive edge means you are offering a value which is unparalleled, or maybe that is available already in the market, but you are adding more values to that. So that is your competitive edge. Your competitive edge also could be pricing. Your competitive edge also could be a particular, market segment. So you have to create a strategy where you can win the market, win the customers, and win the suppliers and employees. Now, again, Michael Porter was obviously the one who was actually talked about creating a competitive edge. If you would like to have more information, please go and read some books of Michael Porter. Now, there are a couple of things you also have to do in addition to creating value for customers, competitive edge. You have to position your product. What do you mean by positioning? Positioning means that suppose your product offers certain, like if you are offering a chocolate and that is a bar chocolate, then you should product, and the chocolate is maybe very superior quality or not so superior quality, or maybe it is for the, everyone. So depending on this profile, customer profile, you need to build up your distributions, point of sales, and also advertising campaigns, any kind of campaigns, so that you can position appropriately. So all your message, all your kind of advertising campaign, your distributors, your marketing messages are saying the same thing. And also, if your product is new or already in the market, you need to start building a brand awareness. That is very important. Now, how do you build a brand awareness? Now here, I will be, obviously giving you a few examples. How many, all of us know Coke or Pepsi, I'm sure. And the same way we know Apple and Samsung. Now, what are those brands? If you look at any Coca-Cola brand or Pepsi-Cola brand, then you will find, or if you look at an Apple or the Samsung and or the Samsung brand, you will see mostly their message, their logo, their color coordination, everywhere is uniform. Whether it is press media, whether it is audiovisual, whether it is TV, whether it's digital marketing, whether it's social media, everywhere they are trying to, they are very, very kind of, uh, mm, I mean, their form, they are not diluting their message. So you have to really be very careful about maintaining a consistent message across the platform, across your distributional channel, across everywhere. Depends, obviously, see, the moment you launch the product. So we talked about positioning appropriately. So you are positioning, like, as you are having, you are positioning maybe the, like a chocolate or maybe a, let's say I mean phone, Android phone. So if you are having an Android phone which is not so value, I mean they are not so pricey, you don't really position them with Apple. You position them somewhere in a lower segment. Same with your let's say if you are coming with a cold beverages like Pepsi and Coke, if you are not, if you are not having a strong brand, or if you don't spend a huge amount on the advertising, then you need to actually add some value to that cold beverages, which the others are not offering. And if it is for, it is a premium product, you have to position it in a premium segment, which we already talked about. If it is not a premium product, then you have to position it in a lower segment. We already have, we spoke about creating values. Now values can be many ways. Like, as I said, values can be kind of not only pricing, not only quality, it is also about uh, you know uh, kind of, sometimes people buy on a philosophical value, if it is, or maybe it is a, there is a kind of emotional value attached to that. So before you decide what kind of value you should add, you must do some research, you must go for some kind of marketing, consumer research or market research to find out what, whether your values are acceptable in the market or not. So when we're talking about positioning, unique product, all are fine. But the key, most important thing here is branding. Now, if we talk about branding, branding is, what is branding? Okay, branding is identity. Like you are a brand. What do you mean you are a brand? You have got a different personality, you have got a different look, you have got a different way of communication. So everything, if we talk about a branding, then you as a person also a brand. The same way, when you talk about product and services, they have got identity. How they built up the identity? By the values they offer to the consumer, by their different kind of messages in social media or anywhere, digital media, print media, audio visual, name it. So how do they build that identity? Being consistent with the logo design, the strategy should be same, and the marketing strategy also would be identical with the basic strategy. Now, in terms of branding, if you talk about, we'll talk about some few of the branding. If you can see, like let's say Walt Disney, it's not about the film, they have expanded the branding. Walt Disney is not only about branding, Walt Disney is also having different kind of other expanded and extended services, products to intensify their branding. So if you are going to Disneyland in Paris or in USA, you will find that. So you don't need to really, once you start growing, you need to think how you can extend and expand your branding so that it always create a value, recall value to the customer. So whenever they see your logo anywhere, they reconnect. So you need to reconnect every time. I mean, not only through your particular advertising messages, but as I said, you should collaborate with kind of activities, kind of other things which are not really, which are actually talking about um brand expansion. Now the extension also, the design, your strategy, like if you are going to introduce, let's say, uh, let's say a mobile phone in China, and if you would like to do that same thing in the UK, your strategy, even though that has to be very consistent, but there will be certain kind of, I mean, you can't really change the total strategy. There are some kind of key area which has to be fixed, consistent, and then you can just a little bit of, according to the market demand, niche market in every country, because of the geographical value, demographical value, it changes. So you have to maybe do a little bit addition or maybe removal from your brand image. That is what you need to do. Now, in terms of marketing, the same thing will go as a brand strategy. But as I said, the marketing strategy will be also, if you are, let's say, very, very vocal on Instagram, or if you are vocal on other Google, if you're using SEOs or Google ads. So that kind of strategy will be same, but maybe you can expend more or less depending on the country. Now, effective marketing strategy, how you can really develop your marketing strategy. So first thing is website. Now, website is one thing that anytime the people will come back and check, that builds some trust, so you always should do the website, maximize the return from your website by adding like keywords, automated, responsive. Uh, we can talk about it. You need to look up, because these are some of the bullet point I'm giving it, but this can take at least a day to talk about each kind of media. Social media, as you know, you have got TikTok, Facebook, I mean so many, like now Instagram, LinkedIn. So depending on your product and services, use them. You don't use a social media which is not appropriate for your you don't sell a Coca-Cola in LinkedIn, correct? But yes, maybe you can sell something very you can target that, but not on LinkedIn, but somewhere else. Maybe your target segment, some of them are there in LinkedIn, but there more will be in other platforms like Facebook and Instagram, etc. PR, PR is like SEO, search engine optimizations, which is you can do with Google ranking, and also your website optimization. You can use very kind of original keyword so that it will automatically go up on the website, I mean, on the Google search. That is one of the most powerful marketing strategies. PR, now public relations is one of the things which really pay off hugely in terms of, I know companies who have only built up their business on peer. On peer means you basically actually building a relationship with different kind of advertising, telecasting, uh, companies, maybe press, and they actually write a review kind of editorials, or maybe some kind of editorial. Sometimes it is not editorial, they said advertorial. So you are not advertising, but they're talking about your product. So it is not a proper advertising, but it is indirect advertising. Then blogs. The blogs are one of the kind of resources where you uh, can develop. You can create organic leads. What do you mean by the organic leads? When you write a blog, many people will like your blogs and they would like to know more. And then you can actually convert these leads. We'll talk about it to your sales later. So writing blogs, writing articles, sending newsletters are very important. Email campaign, ebooks, these are all important for the organically, and YouTube. These are organic lead generations where you are not spending a lot of money, but you are generating genuine organic leads. Now, we are going to talk last of all is sales strategies. How do you do that? So what we do actually, we are not only just obviously sourcing the marketing leads, we are also converting them into our sales. So the first thing is lead generation and pitch. We talk about lead generation. So one way of having the leads, organic leads, and you can create a sales funnel by your organic leads. You can also buy a lot of leads from the lead generation agency. You can search your niche market, niche customers on Google. You can use Fiber or virtual assistant to qualify leads. What do you mean by that? That you have got number of leads, but you don't know whether they will buy your product or not. They must have responded to you by different source, like email, by different kind of online campaigns, social media. Maybe they are also responded on your website. But then someone you can easily hire from with paying very small money from Fiber, or you can use a virtual assistant. You don't need to really employ somebody initially to qualify your leads. Then creating an effective sales pitch is very important, where you are talking about, where in the sales pitch you are not talking much about the price, but how that products can benefit the customers, and you can't really beautify it or maybe make it flowery, and it has to be really kind of it should like boost the customers needs. So if the customer has got needs, your pitch should really boost that needs, and customers are willing to buy your products and pay for that. So a good pitch is very important. Online sales, you can, as I said, from the website, you can just set up Shopify through Shopify web shops. And, not only on your website, in other website also, you can have a web shop, Shopify. You can just make some subscriptions. So the people who are actually reading your newsletter regularly, they need a particular service. And what you can do is that in that particular service, you can make a subscription sales. So you can add those customers to your I mean, like you have got a sales funnel, and monthly you might be charging them a very small fee to subscribe to your services or product, where you are actually giving them more value than obviously what they are going to get. Uh, More value than what they are going to get in the market. So you also can sell on social media, YouTube, Google Ad, and other e-commerce site. And how do they actually, how are they, how you can make them effective? You can make them effective by, how you can sell them effective. So you can make them effective by just adding them to different kind of like if you have generated from the social media leads or YouTube or Google Ad and e-commerce site, you can convert those leads to your sales by calling them, having a face-to-face meeting, or maybe having an online meeting, or maybe just through the online shops, online services. Now face-to-face sales also very very important for the in terms of face-to-face sales is on site, it could be off site, it could be events, it could be points of purchase. So on site is when this is you are selling something on the customer side. That could be maybe you are selling a product to the corporate, so you are going to a meeting to like you meet a manager there. Or offsite is you can be anywhere, from anywhere you can sell, maybe from your office, or your office can be also on the site, or maybe any other particular area you decide to sell face to face, where you are demonstrating the products, talking about it, talking to the customer, asking, replying their questions. And then points of purchase means the shops where actually your products get sold. If you are actually manufacturing a product which is sold at shops, different retail outlets. So the retail outlets is points of purchase. There are also many other face-to-face sales, like events include all kind of exhibitions, and anything is event, which is even networking is an event. Telesales, as I mentioned earlier, you need to call at least 80 to 100 leads daily to make, firstly, to get at least 5% of those leads will be converted to the to your cell. So you need to monitor that. You need to, if you don't want to spend on your employee, you can just obviously hire someone from Fiverr, or you can do it also with a virtual kind of assistant. Partnership or co-branding, which is very important. A lot of people don't do that, but it is one of the most powerful way to really boost your sales. So what you do, you partner with different companies who have got a similar product, or maybe the similar customer segments, or maybe you are adding value to their product, or they are adding value to your product. So what's happening, customer is buying two products at the cost of one. You can do that. You can also, like sometimes if you look at Pepsi was collaborated with Walkers, or some other maybe potato wafers or chips companies, or maybe some drink, like some kind of let's say Nike. They also have collaborated with I think one of the, I'm just I will remind you, one of the brand which is maybe mm, uh, maybe a tablet or a mobile phone. I'll just confirm you in a minute. And you can also co-brand with the other products that satisfied that customers need. Now, obviously, you can do a lot of things which uh, you can also co-brand with your suppliers, the same supply line. Let's say I know that cosmetics companies, they do partnering very frequently with each other. So somebody is selling maybe that shampoo, or they're selling the cream. So they are actually partnering with that, maybe a kind of cleanser which they don't manufacture. So face cleanser, or if you are doing like office, if you are doing the manufacturing, men's any kind of things for the men, like accessories, then you can just partner with the different kind of maybe men's fashions product, or any other kind of active, like even with the some kind of um, games, where you can co-brand with them some kind of yes, fashion products mostly. So I will talk about it more, and then obviously, if you have got questions, you can come back to me any point of time. But only one thing, I'll just give you some examples before I finish. So that will really, like, when you talk about that very unique product, creating a unique product, if you study Southwest Airlines or Netflix, they actually came out with very unique product which was not available, and their timing was absolutely perfect. Because timing, if everybody is offering the same value, then your product has no value. So let's say Southwest, what they do, Southwest Airlines actually came out with the flights at a time when all the airlines were struggling during the 9/11 event. But they didn't have, because customers used to travel then by not prefer to travel by train rather than flight, because of many things. Now Southwest came with point to point, they flew point to point. So they cut cost, they have, they cut down the cost by not offering any kind of luxuries to the customers. It was very economic. They buy the ticket, and anything they want to do, they have to spend they have to spend on them, which Ryanair is currently doing. So those kind of unique product, you can really obviously you can bring in the market. And you must, as I said, the willingness to pay, the customer should have the willingness to pay. Like now, unique product also can be plant-based food, like so long we never had so much vegetarian food, but all of a sudden you see the market is flooded with the plant-based food. Now you can do that. You can do a product differentiation by trading off, just like say no to specific things over the competitors. Like Apple will not cut down their price to that extent, like where they can also get a mass market, but they did not position their product for the mass market. So they should stick to that middle, upper middle sectors, and they should know even there is a huge uh, revenues, money can be generated. Now Uber is another, kind of Uber, Tesla. If you look at Tesla, that is called scaling up. Like Tesla, from the kind of, they have got like solar energy, then the car, then obviously EV, electric vehicles, then SpaceX, which is the rocket, and then internet. So you can always scale up your business. If you already have a business, then you need to scale up by just formulating good strategies. So strategies actually covers a lot of things, but today, since we are speaking about sales and marketing strategies, so concentrate, research, do, and also from your experience, see what worked in the past, use them more rather than every day trying a new strategy. Be consistent, have a good brand, have a good awareness, and then obviously always try to maintain and competitive age. Now that is that is the way, and these are some of the tools and techniques I have described earlier in my presentation. So that you can use. Now, if you want to use that, of course, you can use other, there are different platform where you can get those, like all this marketing tools and techniques. They pack in one service and they sell it. Now, obviously, I would not be able to give you all those directions. Like, let me tell you one simple thing. If you are talking about like photo, like collecting photos, like you don't have to now spend on to photography to brand your products. You can go to Pixabay or Pixel to really get free photos. So there are a lot of kind of organizations who are offering these free services, and they're offering all these things. So you can use those services without spending money when you actually want to implement your strategy. That means when you start executing. So good luck and wishing you all success.
Hi, hi, Bipasha. Hi, Bipasha. You're just on mute.
Sorry, yeah, I can now, if there is any question, I can join.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Bipasha. We've just watched the video, but if you have any questions, she's here in person now. So it's, ask away, ask away. She's the expert.
Thank you so much. I'm not, but yes, any question, please. I mean, please feel free to ask.
I mean, earlier, James, who's on the call just now, he made a good point about, you know, trying all the strategies and seeing what works for your business, because not every business is going to use every single strategy that
Exactly.
you have to see what, works for your business and what doesn't.
Yes,
So that was a good
that's a very
point.
good, yeah. Because of the time and because of my schedule, I was just trying to participate in person, but I could not. Now I am here, so I can explain all this more. James is still in a call?
Yes. But I think he had something he was waiting for something in the background. So, but he just made that one point. But if anyone else had questions, please feel free to just unmute and ask away. Otherwise, I'm just going to put some links to the next workshops and everything in the chat, and then we can wrap up this session. And if you have questions afterwards, maybe you can just email. So I'll put my email in the chat as well, if you think of anything afterwards and then you want to ask. I know sometimes you take in the information and then you think of something afterwards as well. So no worries about that. Let me just get the links and everything, and then you can just email me afterwards.
Are you all entrepreneur, or you are thinking of starting a business? Andrea. Hi, Andrea.
You
Good to see
okay?
someone. Yeah, I'm good. I mean, it will be lovely to see a face on the head, please.
The
On the
light
shoulder.
is not too
Okay, thank you
good.
very much. Yes, Andrea, good to see you.
Nice meeting you as well. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been running a clinic business for the past 7 years. I recently reinvented the business, and I created multiple businesses that are going under one umbrella. So basically, I introduced gardening services and pet sitting, along with Simply Be Clean, which is cleaning services. Right now, I'm working on creating brand awareness via social media, mainly Instagram. I need to start going back on Facebook as well. I also work with digital marketing company. They take care of the digital marketing, blogs as well, SEO. I need to admit that this is what I was talking to one of my clients as well, that I need to start going to meet people to their side and just offer them a successful pitch, which I'm going to start working from now, because in my business, I think it is important to have face-to-face meeting with my clients and,
You are
create
a
a
star
network.
already.
Pardon?
You are a star already.
Not really. I'm working. I am definitely working on it. Today I opened an email as well. It is a really good opportunity as well for myself as for that person. She offered me services commission based only, and she mentioned something about her making sales for myself, and she would charge me only if successful, a 9 or 10 pounds per lead. So I said, hell yes, that's something that I was actually looking for somebody to accept an offer like that, to be commission based on it. So basically, how many sales you made, that much money is you can earn. Because I am not financially capable of employing somebody right now, as I also had a little crash in my business in now end of August. My service providers did let me down because I wasn't present in Leeds, so I employed a supervisor. Things didn't go well, and I had to make a back step to my clients 3 hours only after I sent people on the field. Because everybody came unprepared. Most of the service provider canceled, including businesses. So since yesterday, I decided that I need to stop working with professional people, because I pay high wages to my service providers, but I pay for their experience, and they have to prove that to me. So I now want to work in partnerships. This is what you just meant earlier on. I want to work with established businesses or sole traders that they are already on the market to at least 1 year, and they can provide sufficient evidence that this is what they want to be doing, this is what they enjoy, and they have a passion, and they want to grow with myself.
That's brilliant. First of all, I must tell you, I must congratulate you that you not only started a business, you have scaled it. So you have scaled it by expanding it and extending it, which I was talking to you earlier in terms of, like you're expanding and extending your business. So well done. So you wanted to now get into the partnership. That's brilliant. So have you figured out who you'll be partnering with?
No. So right now, this week, I had a 1 month of work. I needed to clear up my mind. So now I'm getting back into that business mindset. So I need to start advertising to look for people who would like to join Simply Be Clean, which is cleaning services, both in holiday lets, in Airbnbs, live in, live out, regular housekeeping, weekly, fortnightly cleaners. Yes. I need to have a look for gardening services, patio washing, outside window cleaners as well. And that business is called Simply Clean Gardens. And then I need to start looking also for businesses that would like to work, that would like to join, offering services such as dog boarding, doggy daycare, pet sitting services, and so on. But right now I have to change the people I am employing, because my trust is lost.
Okay, I can give you some suggestion here. First of all, that make a list of the people, like your, as I said, your leads, that the leads you have got, which is organic leads you have got generated from all these social media and other things. Not only you bought it from the other people, but the thing is, first is you do that. Ask that your, sales partner who is working on commission to call those leads first and then qualify them. That is the things you are going to get more sales from that. The second is like, what is your name of the company, if I may know?
It's simply Buzzy Bees.
Okay, that's fine. But the things like your household partner. You
Pardon?
see, your household partner.
Go
That
on.
is, yeah, how your household partner, like, but or maybe, something similar. For what anyway, you don't change it, but your branding and everything been done, correct? Have you done your branding, logo, and everything? Don't change those.
Everything. The
Uh,
website is ready. Everything is done.
yeah,
I'm
don't
doing
change
the
those.
marketing campaigns via social media as well. The digital marketers, they working on some blogs as well as SEO.
Yeah. So what you need to do now, I can give you some ideas how to generate more money. So on the website, you can just have a web shop by using Shopify or something, you can just do a web shop. What you can do is that there are two kind of things you do. You can just sell related product. So you can outsource from someone. You don't have to manufacture now. Sell those, because why?
I
Because
thought
that
about
is
it, yeah.
that is your leads. That those are your leads as well. So you can generate more business, and then you can start a subscription. Like maybe you are offering for cleaning service in a 2 months or 3 months or maybe 1 month, that if they subscribe, they are going to get a particular amount, which is a discounted amount, and they will be subscribing through your website, right? And if you are having a new guy who is doing your marketing, please do the newsletter. And newsletter subscription, what you do, anybody comes from social media or anywhere, they should come to your website, and they only can enter your website if they subscribe, so they can get a newsletter. Yeah, so makes sense. So the newsletter, from the newsletter itself, you're generating sales, whether it is product or is services. Now, for the products, there are thousands of companies on the internet. You can do the white labeling. You can use their product and use your label, or you can just work as a, like a, maybe, you can sell their product, but from your website. Yeah, so this is additional expansion. Now, what I'll say, that if you don't have a huge team to support you, because employee very important, you can't really depend on outsourcing all the times. So focus on one or two things which you feel like, which you have done in the past and which gave you success. Try to expand that area rather than including everything into that. Like I said, that product expansion. Like suppose if you're doing cleaning, then cleaning products. If you are doing gardening, then gardening products. But I think it will be a good idea just to focus one or two area right now, unless you have a good kind of workforce, because you will find that you will be having a lot of business, but then giving the service, and that is where the business starts falling, if you can't
Yeah,
keep
I
your
thought
material.
I thought that I had a good workforce. I've trained all those people. I've started the business as a sole trader 7 years ago, and I've been doing the cleaning myself. But I stepped out from it now. And I thought I had a good service providers. I did thought that. I really believed in it. That's why I was so confident on leaving a supervisor to look, in the busiest uh, time of the month.
Maybe you
But
can
things
have a discussion
went
with them,
completely
with your
wrong.
workforce. Why did they leave? What was their demand? Then what you can do for the future workforce, you can plan out something which is
Mm,
mutually beneficial, so that they also get their satisfaction out of there, because they also need something which you might, we can just have a perception, but have an
I know
open
what happened.
discussion with them.
I know what happened. My weakness is that I'm too friendly.
No, I don't think that is the reason.
It is a weakness because
No, it is not a
they
weakness. It
thought
is
that
not a
they can
weakness.
do whatever they like.
No, it is not.
I
Have an open
offer,
discussion with them, frank discussion, then you will come to know. Tell them.
I thought that a good motivation is a good wage. I was paying them £17.50 an hour. So I thought that that's what better motivation you can have other than somebody paying you really good money and offering you ongoing jobs.
Money is not everything all the times. That's what I'm saying. It is like customers, it is need based. So you need to have a good discussions with your employee who is used to be in the past. If you want to recruit them, ask them that why they left and what can satisfy them and how you can get their 100% commitment. I mean, what is the way in between that you can negotiate and they can negotiate and come to a point where you get the best out of them and they get the best out of you. Because we don't have to get into a perception stage, because sometimes perceptions and reality doesn't match, and sometimes people don't speak. So give them an opportunity, saying that I just wanted to, it is a opportunity that I can improve myself, so that you tell me like where you felt that I can do better, I can work, and just, you know, get to a conversation. Because the thing is, good workforce is the pillar of any business. If you have a good, like I'm giving you an example, Steve Jobs used to give all the liberty to all his people to do everything. I mean, like he said that we have got 1,000 apples within an apple. Again, I'm mentioning Steve Jobs because I'm very a fan of him, because he's really, so 1,000 apple inside an apple means everybody is an independent unit where they have got their responsibility to do. You don't even need to interfere. They have to do it, but they have to do it up to your satisfaction, to the customer's satisfaction. So that's why I'm saying there are areas you need to look at. If you need further help on this, get in touch with us. We'll try to provide you as much as help we can.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone. This has been such an engaging workshop, and I'm really sorry to cut it at this point. But, you know, please do sign up for the next one, and bring your questions. I've put my email in the chat. Please feel free to get in touch. So we'll see you next week for the next one. Okay. Have a brilliant
Thank you, everyone.
afternoon.
Bye then.
Thank you so much, Bitasha.
Thank
and
you.
thank you
Bye.
all for turning up. All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.